Good evening. Students at two of the city's most troubled schools will soon be left without a police presence.
Metro Police say it no longer makes sense to have SROs at Metro's two alternative schools. News Channel 5's Chris Conti found out the officers there are being abused on a daily basis.
Being abused, Carrie, verbally by students, sometimes every day. School resource officers at Bass and Johnson alternative schools are so fed up with the students there that the department has decided their time is best spent elsewhere. Outside W.A. Bass Middle School today, an all too familiar scene was playing out. Metro police officers called to handle a disturbance dealing with a student.
The alternative school, the officers have found that it's just different.
The school has one resource officer who works for the Metro Nashville Police Department. Starting March 1st, though, that will no longer be the case.
Frankly, in the alternative schools, the mission has not been mentoring the students, but rather de facto security guards.
Don Aaron is with Metro Police. They have 3 uniformed armed officers at the city's 2 alternative schools. Schools where the students typically have criminal records and troubled pasts. Those officers, though, are reportedly being verbally abused to the point that they now want out.
If the officers don't need to be subjected to abuse, don't need to be subjected to an environment in which at least some are not welcoming, why should they remain there?
What this now means is that Bass and Johnson Alternative Learning Center will be without SROs. Metro Police believe having those officers there is not the best use of the department's limited resources.
Word has kind of gotten around that working in the alternative schools, if you're a police officer, is not the ideal place to be.
The 3 SROs will instead be placed in other schools across the district. Schools where Don Aaron says the officers will be better able to build relationships with kids.
And the overriding mission is to build relationships with our young people, mentor our young people in their very formative years.
All as some of the city's most troubled students are left in an even worse situation. Metro Schools Director Dr. Sean Joseph informed board members in an email about all of this today, saying, quote, "I did not agree or think it was wise to pull SROs mid-year from the most vulnerable students. MNPS will now have to pay for security guards at both Bass and Johnson. They will not carry weapons and they cannot arrest students." Guys?